Hi everyone, Christopher here, and welcome back to another episode of Fossil Forward Finds. We have another Albany album for you. This is album number 20. But before we jump into that haul, just wanted to do a little quick recap since we didn't have these numbers for the last video. Album 19 ended up having 85 cards in it. I did scrap one of them. It was too far gone and not worth much even if it was in pristine. So 84 listed for a total of $951.16. Nothing has sold from the album yet, but a lot of those items did go up as auctions, which are still currently running. So be sure to check out the store. Quick final thoughts before jumping into the haul. One, this is a long one, so be sure to get your drinks, snacks, whatever you need. Comfy cat, dog. But also be sure to check out like my Instagram and Facebook. I do share postcards there almost every day, multiple times a day, and because I don't show everything that I purchase in these haul videos, a lot of smaller hauls don't get shown. So that's a way to check them out, as well as checking out the eBay store. So that's enough advertisement. Let's get into the haul. All right, this is like my third attempt to film this, so hopefully we get through it. I'm going to have to break this up in 2 segments so I don't break Canva. But anyways, let's start with the US-based cards. This one's an interesting one I've not had before. T.W. Phillips Gas and Oil Company, so some sort of billing, meter reading, as you can see up there. 1953, I guess, it looks like. See the back. There we go. Yeah, 1953, Butler, Pennsylvania, which we all know for different reasons now. Interesting card. Postal card. I haven't had many of these, but I'm always interested in learning. Let's see, Fairhaven, Massachusetts. Oh, look, it's much easier to read on the back. Look at that. 1881. Fairhaven Iron Works, so some sort of receipt or message here. We will unite. I don't know. I'll have to read it later. I can read cursive, but I'm not dealing with it right now. All right, my creed. So just a prayer card here. Undivided back. All right. Sanatorium, St. Joseph's, New York. That one should be interesting to look up. Sanatoriums can do well, and of course I like selling New York State cards. Has been postally used. They didn't really write much, did they? But interesting card. Got some wild horses. Little painting here. We do have an artist signature down on the bottom here. Vern Parker, I think it says. So I'll look that individual up. Got a back there. Title is Race of the Stallions. All right, what we got here? Chapel to be built by friends and students of Campion College. Not a huge church scene person. They don't move too fast for me, but yeah, they come in halls. They come in halls. A little bit of discoloration on that one. Alrighty. High Miller Life Beer. I've had a lot of cards like this, mostly Anheuser-Busch advertising, but they move pretty steadily. They don't. None of the ones I've had have gone for any crazy money, but there is still a collector's market for it. So not too bad there. Come on, move. Thank you. All right, we were postally used in the looks like the 1990s. Yeah, this card was made in 1984. Definitely a newer one. All right, Boston Rubbers, not those rubbers. Faneuil Hall in Boston. Let's see, what are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing. Shoe Company. There we go. Or Boston Shoe Company, but that's a cool scene. Not seen that before. Postmark Brooklyn, New York, 1907. So people say New England doesn't sell that well. We shall find out. Okay, that don't try this at home, I think. Doing a little bit of golfing. Paul. Okay. Well, it says Paul something on the bag there, but on the back we got greetings from Bob Gulnick. Gulnick? Pensacola, Florida. All right, we got some logging. Hauling and decking cedar poles in one of the northern yards. Okay. Chicago, Illinois. Interesting. So, a telephone company of some sort. I got the name there. Noggle? 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 Hi, Garak. Yeah. Yeah. Jefferson Tello Company. There you go. They want you to try them. Do it. Garak's rolling. All right. Multi-view. We got a cow and a sunflower kind of thing going on there. No idea. Elsie and Burgard in person. That doesn't clear anything up for me, but I'm sure if you read that, it will. 1952 on that card. All right. This next one, I am not listing. This will go in the special box where I put all the unfortunate cards. I'll eventually find someplace historical to give them. Unfortunately, you do get these were part of the time. You do get cards like this. eBay will not allow them. People still sneak them through. I do think you can sell them on other platforms like Whatnot, but for the time being, I don't plan to sell them. I'm just going to store them until I can find someplace to rehome them. I know, Garak. I know. All right. Alligator, old timer, Florida, linen postcard. Pretty classic. $5-6. Nothing on the back there. Pan American Airways. Always happy to see Pan Am. Don't know if this view is anything special, but we do have a unfortunate stain right here on the tail that you can see on the opposite side as well. Another linen card. Hold on a moment. My cat is rolling. Here. Let's see. Future New York, the city of skyscrapers. Well, skyscrapers is true. Don't think they allow that low-flying planes anymore. Garak agrees. White border card. There's the back, unused. Harvesting some pineapples in Florida. He looks like he loves his job. Postally used there, 1911. More pineapple harvesting. Can you believe it, all the pineapples? Undivided back. Now we got some flower picking. More my jam. Let's see, we're in the pom-pom field, still in Florida. All right, we're almost done with the U.S. stuff. Let's see. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's just a thing. All right, hotel. Yeah, that's about all we're getting. We're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Yep, feels like a linen card. Multi-view of some various hotels. Okay, that one's in Colorado Springs, but they're all over the different locations. What? What? You don't like it when I talk to myself, do you? All right. Finish this up so I can pay attention to the boy. All right, I'm pretty sure I've had some from this series before. It's not really a postal back there, but the Smith Brothers Manufacturing Company and the Ozark Frontier Trail, I'm pretty sure I've had cards from that in different albums. I may have sold one already, I'm not sure. But I think it's about a $10 card. So, but I'll look it up to be sure. We got Marshall Hooker of Missouri. Got some flowers here. We do have an artist signature. I can't make it out in the scan here. I'll have to figure it out with the loop. And then the last of this batch here, and we'll take a quick pause. We got a New York Times advertising subscription card thing here from 1909. That's kind of neat. That'll be interesting to look at. All right, let me take a quick pause here, and then we'll be back with the next batch. All right, time for the small stack of foreign cards as well as some people art cards, that sort of thing. So this is another interesting early mailing card, postal card. 1898 is the postmark here. This one's from Canada. And this one is some sort of fish receipt, I guess, or something of the sort. Receivers of fish here. The D. Haddon Company, Montreal. You got a 50-cent price here. So that's different. This one I think has potential. I'll have to look it up. It's a Japanese piece here. I don't know if we're doing military exercises or, yoga or something. But, you got the word Nippon there. Means Japan. I don't know. It looks interesting. I do fairly well with Asian postcards, especially the older ones. This one does have condition issues, of course, on the side, but it doesn't impact the image itself. Relatively plain back there. Let's see. East Surrey Volunteer Regiment. Come to the cookhouse door. Looks like we're having some food. I believe this is a Tux Oilette. It is, in fact, a Tux card. Yeah. I like the Tux. I think they're well done. I don't think they go for as well as some people like to make them out to be, but they're consistent. Can we just talk about this guy for a second? Like, he does not want to be there. I don't know if any of them want to be there. All right, what do we got going on here? We got another Tux, where flocks increasing lighten all the meat. Whatever. We got sheep in a field. Listen to me try to read things. Sheep grazing in a field, pleasant pasture. Another Tux card. The Mugglehorn Coach. Mugglehorn? Muggle? I don't know. It's before Harry Potter, so, Muggles. But interesting little art card, carriage ride. Nice little busy scene there. Undivided back. Don't you love my commentary? All right, here we got some bovine, ox, cows, steer, something. Hauling some hay, straw. Not sure from where. Italy, I think, maybe? Just looking, yeah, Italiana. Oh, look, I'm so smart. Okay, I might have to stop the cat here soon. I have a couple of these. Interestingly enough, these were just featured on Whatnot recently. I think it was the Shapahala raid train a couple days ago. I see them fairly often, so I don't pick them up on purpose, but they are fun. And there's all sorts of variations. Sometimes they're dressed up or whatever, but you got the peeing child statue. So there's one, and then there's a different one. Got a little costume on. Viva something. I don't know. But we'll look those up. They're probably just $5 cards. You never know. That one's in Brussels. All right, this one's interesting. It's a German card, I believe. Some sort of inn. You see Innsbruck down here. What doesn't show up quite clear on the camera. Okay, before the cat dies. Hold on. Sorry about that. I put up some new shelves in the office and the cats are loving it. All right, so what's interesting about this card that doesn't necessarily show up on the scan is the roof here is like gold gilt. So it is nice and shiny, embossed. So I may take some like side view pictures like that with the phone, or maybe a quick video just to highlight that aspect. We do have some discoloration there, of course, but otherwise unused, divided back. Nope, I ain't doing it. That place. We got a bridge, we got a cemetery, we got a little church thing going on. You got everything you need. But there you go. That place, that church in Bangor. Divided back. Printed in England. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But it's a nice scene. I really do like the composition of that. So we might even have a signature down here. Quentin, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. All right. I showed one of these in the last album, or something like it, but I really enjoy these mountain scenes. Most of them are European scenes that have the various mountaintops labeled, sometimes with their peak heights in meters. So this is the Central Pyrenees, and I guess everyone's just having a nice little luncheon or something. But dinner and a view, can't argue with that. All right, we are on a bike ride, I guess. Old car. We do got some heavy creasing in the corners here. bit of some signs here. Let's see what does the back show. Copenhagen. I thought it might have been. I've been to Copenhagen. It definitely had the same vibe. But that's a lot of writing for someone to go through there. All right. Palace Hotel in Naples. Undivided back. Pretty scene. That place. Tux Oilet. We'll just go with that. See a little cross up here on the hill. Village scene. So we will figure out exactly where that is and all that jazz. She's looking really happy here. She's picking some eggs. Scenes along the country road. I need breakfast. Sacramento, California, 1913. Nice little art card. All right, and we're off to Heidelberg. Not sure if we got a red sun here, full moon, what we got going on here. But a nice little scene there. Heidelberg, I believe that's Germany, right? Undivided back. All right. We got a few Dwig cards here. These I know are that Flipping Roo is a fan of. I'm honestly not sure the value of them. I haven't had many. I'm assuming like 10, 12 bucks maybe. But the first two here are mirror cards. So if you look at this in the mirror, you can read what that says. Some people are really good at reading it regularly. I am not one of those people. I don't know. I feel like that's great something, but I have no idea. But nice pretty woman there. You got the signature here. Got some rough edges. Tend to see that on the colored borders, but not too bad. Unused. And then here's the next one. Will you be mine? I think that is. So maybe a Valentine's kind of message. This one is postally used. And this is another Dwig, but there's nothing written in the mirror of this one. Help wanted. I can't get hooked up without you. And she does look like she needs a little bit of assistance there. Maybe a tailor, actually. Yeah, slight embossing on that card. I don't know. She's got a tambourine and a big old nose. Schnozzle. La Danse. We're doing a little bit of dancing going on here. Undivided back. Columbia Club Post Office. Don't got a year that I can see, but I don't know. Interesting. Interesting art and interesting postmark there. We got some heads. Got a nice family portrait of the whole damn family. So good. Baby Dam. Probably the best one. Herself. Okay. Annie Dam. The damn dog. Well, okay, no. Damn dog wins. But interesting. I've not seen one of those before. Undivided back. What do we got going on here? Potsdam, probably New York. 1905. Yeah, Potsdam, New York right there. Read the obvious bit, Chris. All right. Elsie Janis in the Vanderbilt Cup. Broadway Theater. Private mailing card on the back here. 1906 it looks like. Interesting. All right, got some pretty ladies. This one does appear to have some writing there as well. Copyright 1910, Philip something or other. True as the blue above. Pretty card. We'll have to track down that artist signature. All right, and then the last one before we do another pause break here. Where are we? I don't know where we are. We're somewhere. But we're in the hay there, straw, grassy field. Some little kids there are young folk. Got an artist signature there. That's a cute scene. Got some writing on the back. All right. Batch number 2. On to the next one. All right. Part 3, we are moving into some greeting cards as well as some sort of artsy kind of cards here. So first we got, obviously, a Christmas card. Peace and Love. Little poem there by H.M. Burnside. Lightly embossed. Nothing crazy. Oops. Oh, it's a Tux card. Didn't know that. Yep. Tux card on the back. Yeah, not much to say about that one. Father Time. So we got a little New Year's card here which is also coming up, very timely. Undivided Back, Sacramento, California, posted 1915. Sent to Schenectady, New York. Hop and a skip away, which I guess makes sense. I bought these at a local state sale. All right. We have some strategically covered women here, standing in a big old scallop shell, it appears. It's an art card, I don't know much beyond that, but I'm sure I can find out. There's a name down on the back, or not a name, but a title on the back there. Italian, I presume. Some creepy eyes staring in your soul. The firmament of my happiness are your eyes. There you go. Weird, creepy pickup line. I don't know. It's from the National Series, Denver, Colorado. Yeah, I don't really know. So one thing I do in the evenings is I scroll through eBay new listings, postcard lots, see if there's anything I can pick up. And I actually saw this card paired with another one. So I think it was only a few bucks. It's probably not worth much, especially considering the condition. We got corner here, some bite marks here, and all sorts of little discoloration. Interesting. Why have two eyes when you can have only one? FLT. I'm sure that means something. Is it a religious group? I don't know. But there you go. He's got a heart in his hand in the sky above North America. Yeah. This one definitely has some interesting cards that I'll have to do a little work on, but that's part of the fun. No matter how many albums I go through, no matter how many boxes of cards I buy, I always see new cards I haven't seen before. All right, so the next few are part of a series here. It says Seska on the back. The only Seska I know is from Star Trek Voyager, which I'm assuming is not relevant here. But let's take a look at these cards. They are well done, the art on them. We got an artist signature down here. Leipzig, I don't know. But I don't know. Guardian Angels, Angels of War. I don't know what's going on here, but looks like they're winning. So, another one here. We're hopping over a wall. Or Seska. Crossing the river. You can see these all have signatures, but they don't all appear to be the same signature, so it's interesting. Praying. What are we praying for? And a wedding, I guess, maybe? Some sort of community gathering. All right. That's enough of Seska. I don't know how those are going to do. I'm assuming maybe like $10 but a piece, but we'll see. This one I think might be one of the best ones we've seen so far. Christmas card, little gardens or gnomes, elves. Gardens. Garden gnomes is what I was trying to go for. Little gnomes or elves or something of the sort. So there's Christmas 1920 handwritten on there. Obviously missing part of the corner here. It's definitely rough around the edges, but it's a topic that can do very well. Let's see, we got the woman here. She's knitting. He's smoking a big old pipe. And they're ice skating. And look at those little curly Q ice skates there. It's just a neat card. A lot of writing on the back there. That's all we're going to get from that for the moment. All right, and then we got some flowers. Always flowers and landscapes. So we got roses in June. Pink roses, no less. Miss you, Mom. Autumn Woodland. These are the Foz tint cards. I've seen a lot of these in the albums. I think, Detroit Publishing does these Foz tint cards, and they're always well done. They're not necessarily highly valuable per se, but they're very pretty. More Autumn in the Woods. Onto some winter scene. That's how it feels like outside, though. We don't have a lot of snow on the ground, just a little bit. The first snow, already did that. This must be second snow. Winter's Solitude. I can just hear the silence in this image now. I love it. I love hiking in, I don't really like hiking in the snow because my hip can't handle it, but I love the sound of silence, that deafening silence you get in the snowstorms. It's awesome. Anyways, moving on. That's another frost tint. We got some flowers here. Pansies, I think? Pansies? Help me out here. Yeah, pansies. And this is by the same Thor E. Geiger. You may have seen a few What Sold videos ago that I sold like 15 or 16 to one person. So happy to see those now. They $5-6 each, but if you sell 16 of them, that adds up. Bouquet of roses here, or vase of roses. Got a signature down here, which I'm not even going to try at the moment. But it looks like a watercolory-esque kind of piece. Nothing on the back. It is a Swiss card. All right, we are doing some gardening here and farming. We're sowing some seeds. We got our little scythe there, hand scythe. So that's a cute little card. Nothing on the back there. A nice little poem. Very spring. And then we're very fall, when frost is on the pumpkin. Creased corner here. Nice autumn colors. We do got a signature here, Cobb Shin. I've had some of his before. Or hers, I don't know. I'm assuming Cobb is a him name, but I don't really know. But I've had some of Cobb Shin's stuff before. Actually, I think still have it listed. I couldn't find much sold comps looking up that name, but it could be just people not putting them in the listings. But it's a pretty card. I like it. I think it'll do all right despite the condition issues. And James. Shout out James if you're here. Leave a comment below, James. Nice to meet you. You're very flowery today. Looks good on you. Yeah, take a break, and then we're going to come back to probably my favorite section in the haul, and that's going to be the real photo postcards. I think we got some good ones in the next batch. We interrupt this album 20 haul to film a Jadzia in her chaos. This is what happens when you get postcards in the mail and you let the cats play with the box. All the time. My house is a mess, but the cats have fun. Worth it. All right, on to the real photos, which I've been really on a real photo kick lately. Primarily people, but the real photos are nice because oftentimes they are one of a kind. So this first one here, I think, is fabulous. There's some sort of like cabin of sorts. It says Windy Mare. I can't see what the rest of it is, but that gives me a good chunk of a word to look up. And we got a nice old car here, and the family just kind of lounging around. Young kid. She's got like a book or something, and she looks at the camera. It's just a well done scene here. Some open windows on the back, look like maybe a light on. Nice stone chimney. It's just really nice. It is written on the back here. Postmarked Oneonta, New York. Shout out Oneonta. That's where I went to undergrad. Awesome little town. I don't know if maybe this is from Oneonta. That would be even cooler. Oneonta does do well. Kevin, the postcard guy, gets a lot of Oneonta, New York cards. Check out his channel. Yeah, I like that one a lot. All right, this one. Help me out with this one. It looks like, well, we got some snow, ice kind of thing going on here. Iceberg of sorts, floating ice. Is this a flood? We got an icy flood going on here? Doesn't seem ideal. Not sure exactly what that building is. Well, I don't think it's supposed to be surrounded by water. There might be information on the back here about that. I'll have to read it, but New York postal mark. Can't quite. Endicott, maybe? Endicott, New York? I don't know. Interesting, anyways. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if you guys are still watching. I know this video is forever. All right. Some sort of vineyard or distillery of sorts. Got the plants here, doing some harvesting, barreling, and then the building. Nice little multi-view. Information, yes, there we go. Sandeman Vineyards and Bodegas. So, there you go. All right. Got like a frozen waterfall or of sorts here. Lador Falls in winter. Gives me something to look up at least. Postally used. Might be in the UK. All right. We're just going to assume she's napping in the snow by the river. Nope. Never mind. She's not. She's dead. Alan Water. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that, but Undivided Back. I've not seen that before. 1905. Something New Hampshire, Franconia? I know I should know this. It's going to come to me later. But anyways, interesting card. Nice little silhouette sunset kind of scene. There is, you can't really make it out, but there is a blind stamp here by the studio. It's got some Asian characters on it. I think Japan. Yeah, it's got this on the blind stamp. I think that's Japan, but I'll look it up, of course. Got a little donkey, burro. They've been all the rage on Whatnot lately, too, in the ephemera folks. This is a nice real photo of one. Let's see. Native son of Arizona. So, cute little card there. Unused. Sluice Falls on South Creek. Because I'm sure there's only one South Creek in the world, but we'll figure it out. There's the little falls there. You know, nice little woodland scene. Unused. The Devil's Beef Tub. Famous in cattle stealing times. I guess that explains the name, but Beef Tub? Oh, thanks. Between the Crook Inn and Moffat. Well, that's that. This is a nice one. We got a parade here. 101 Wild West Parade. Got a little carriage here with a cow on top. Steer, bovine, whatever. You got some signage going on. Everything's, incomplete, but we have stuff to work with. L. Rubin. We got people hanging out the window here. L. Rubin finds something. Cleaners, maybe? On the back, they say St. Charles, Illinois with a question mark. This is as good a guess as any as far as I'm concerned. But I like that one. It's a nice, interesting parade scene. This guy's having a good time. Look at that smile. He's loving life, despite the fact that he's super creased. Alrighty. Coca-Cola sign. That's the first thing that pops out to me here. Maybe a second one there, actually. Coca-Cola barrel. Interesting. Some sort of store, I'm assuming. Open sign. Signage. Oh, it's a post office. Something Beach Post Office. Anything in the back here? No. I don't have to see if I can figure that one out, but we've got some sort of post office with some Coca-Cola signs. Well, at least this lady's alive, but the last rose of summer, so she might not be feeling too happy about it. Downing Street. Self-explanatory. That's a Tux card. And it's a Tux real photo. I have only recently had my first one of those from one of the previous albums, so that's cool. I didn't know Tux had done real photos before that one. And then the Beverly. So, I don't know if we're in California here or what the dealio is, but we are looking at the Beverly. And that's the last of the real photos that we have in this lot. What's not a lot of them, but what's nice is these are actually labeled and identified to a certain extent anyways. Got stuff to work with, so that is awesome. I'm going to pause here, and then we will be back with comic cards and humor and stuff I don't usually pick up, but take a look at them. Alrighty, onto the comic cards. These are the last of the standards when we move on to the Continentals. Told you this was a long video. All right, it's been a swell trip. This one's partially used. Someone started to write in New York and then crossed it out. Looks like these folks ate some Smurfs or something. But you can fill in your city, going to, etc., etc. It's Kurt Tech, linen, comic card. It says greetings from Albany, New York on the back. I didn't notice that before. Interesting. So greetings from Albany, and I guess that's where you're headed to. Whatever. Let's get married or something. Let's get married or nothing. Sure. Fitzpatrick down there on the bottom. A little creasing and maybe a pinhole or something. But otherwise unused. It's a Bamforth card. Yeah. He was in a low dive. Little submarine piece, 1905. This one might do all right. I don't see too many comic or art sub scenes. Certainly not Undivided Back. It does have a lot of discoloration, but it kind of adds to the aesthetic, I think. But then again, I'm biased. I'm trying to sell it. I don't make these cards. You sure had me fooled. It's a bull of a boner. Yeah. Kurt Tech, Linen Comic. Unused. Leave that one alone. All right, we got someone in a Cheeto outfit doing some golfing. Looks like it's artist signed up there. George Hawthorne or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we are trying and presumably failing at golfing. He looks very angry. Unused on the back there. And then same artist. Looks maybe like a Houghton? George Houghton? Anyways, it's only a game, says everyone who's always winning. But yeah, that person's in for some tough times. Alrighty. How's stock in our that's all, folks. How's our stock of Farrington's coffee? Very low, sir. It's a good seller. So this is an advertising / order card. So you get the address of the company on the back in New York City, and then you can write your order on the front here. So that's cool. Got some elephants on it. You will agree with us, apparently. That's some aggressive negotiation, as one might call it. I presume husband not having a good dinner, it seems. Undivided Back. Never take a shortcut. I don't take shortcuts. This is what happens. Everyone takes the shortcut, and then everyone gets stuck in traffic. This one has been used, Sarasota, Florida, circa 1960. Little message on the back from Bob and Jenny. Hi, Bob. All right. The climate here helped with my asthma, but I got hay fever from looking at Grass Widows, which I did do a quick Google. Apparently, it's women whose husbands are away for an extended period of time. I guess maybe like on a long business trip or deployment or something. That's a linen card, but I guess he's looking at the... well. Anyways, moving on. That one is Divided Back, made in USA, but unused. As far as comics go, there are some interesting ones in this batch for sure. Liverpool Street. Hi there. Wait till I get my clothes on. That one's over my head, I suppose. But see this woman racing for the bus with various expressions on the men inside. Undivided. No, that is Divided Back. Another Bamforth card. God saved me from another dry town. Little prohibition humor. 1912. Kingston Springs, Tennessee, I think. And then we have a nice little artist card. Big old kitty. Kitty. Hunting little squirrel. These nuts is in the tree. He's going to be snack time. The Lone Packer artist. A little bit of information there. Cliff McCurdy. So that's the end of the standards. Let's move on to the Continentals. We are getting there, I swear. I do appreciate anyone who's still here. Alrighty, on to one of two batches of Continental cards. I'll try to move through these relatively quickly. I don't think these are organized too strictly or anything, but start off here, we got Royal Mail, Ottawa Electric Railway, in Canada, I presume. Yep. National Postal Museum, Ottawa, Ontario. We got a plane, also from Ottawa. First Toronto to Ottawa air mail service. Guess I have a little bit of organization going on here. I'm assuming more Ottawa mail. Let's see. Railway Post Office, Grand Trunk Pacific Railway, 1909. Obviously, it's a reprint of an older view. all of Canada. Now you got your mail by horse. You got mail every way you want to get it. So there you go. Caribou Stage at Clinton, British Columbia. Also by horse and sled. Seymour Arm, BC, postal route, Canada. And these are all from the National Postal Museum in Ottawa. I lived in Ottawa for a while. I never went to that museum. I wasn't selling postcards at the time either, so it wasn't really on my radar. This might be a real photo. Why am I going for a loop? Yeah, it looks like it's probably a real photo. But Continental size one. We got hot air balloons, I guess. Martini. All sorts of different things there. What we got on the back? Yeah, hot air balloon. Some sort of festival Belgium, I guess, maybe? No, it's a cool one. Might be something. Little art piece. Woman, she's got a bird on her head. Standing on a fish, as we all do. I mean, it's not a normal day of the week if you don't have a bird on your head and step on a fish. And then we're holding some plants and things. So, peace. Olive branch, I guess. Maybe peace stove. It's a Christmas card. Irene and Azriel are okay. So, ceramic relief, Israel. So, it looks like it's probably a kid's art piece. Perhaps. I don't know. It's cute, though. Carnival. That place. I've had some carnival cards before. I think they do okay. But this one's nice. Bright colors. Cool masks. Unused. Circa 2000. Y2K. Ooh, you're supposed to be rotated. Let's do it. All right. That whole shenanigans. Amsterdam. Put a woman in a hat. Big hat. Bright orange. Some sort of advertising piece. Free card. Okay. Olympic torch, I presume. Man, did I not rotate any of these Continentals? Assuming that's the Olympics. Yeah, in Munich. Munich? Munchen? Munich? I don't know. I can't read things. Olympic fire. Crap. We got crap. Ski resort, perhaps? Yeah. Yeah. Ski resort of some place, somewhere, something. Cool. A little sunset over the river. Nothing wild and crazy there. Basic card. Got some people in some outfits. A costume party. Okay. Academy Fellows dressed for Mardi Gras. American Academy in Rome. So, dressed as a Egyptian pharaoh. Fair maiden. All sorts of different peoples. And interesting. Nighttime view of somewhere. Venice. Right, back to Japan. Big old volcano. 13th World Jamboree. 1971. Got a train view here. We're in hell. God's Expedition. Sweet. Love being in hell. Norway. Hell's Station in Norway. There's a lot of hell out there. Okay. We got some ladies. We're looking at something. Are we painting? Are we looking at a mirror? I don't know what we're doing. I still don't really know what we're doing. Are we doing? Is this makeup? Is this makeup school? Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. We're doing makeup, eyeliner, and various other doodads. Interesting little beauty school. Not had one of those before. Receiving instruction on how to use cosmetics. Huh. So, 1996 reprint of a 1930s image. American postcard. I do fairly well with this brand. They tend to have good quality reprints. They're always Continental, and they're usually of interesting scenes. We got the Peanuts. Gotta love the Peanuts. I'm not actually a huge Peanuts fan. I have nothing against them. I just don't watch it too much. but I know there are some big-time Peanuts collectors out there. So this is for the Charles Schulz Museum in California. All right, this is obviously a Halloween-ish reprint, The Man in the Moon, or maybe not Halloween-ish, but certainly a reprint. Some sort of label here. McLaughlin Brothers, New York City. And yeah, there's that. I have to. Golly, Dad, you really have to memorize all these tax loopholes to get into the Republican Party? Let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, last chunk of album 20 here. We'll try to power through without killing Canva. Here we got a nice little dad joke kind of going on here. Basically, we're all nuts. We're also future trees, so that's the caveat there. That's a cute card. A deco card. Speaking of dads, I've actually sent this card to my dad before. I think he has it hanging up in his office. Flintstones, doing a little sunbathing there, having a good time by the pool. So, basic card. The Flintstones, I think I sell for $5, $6, $7, depending on the view. This little airplane card. You can't really see it in the scan at all, actually. You probably can't even see it if I put this up to the screen, but there is a faint globe or world map on there. So I guess you make some sort of mark of where you're traveling, perhaps. But I might have to try to get another image of that to see if I can show that better. But interesting card. Howard Hughes Flying Boat. Okay, this one is a print, but cool. A lot of writing on the back. Spruce Goose, Long Beach, California. All right, we've all seen that. The original picture of that. This is a statue. So, Selby Public Library. Yeah, big old cleats. That would hurt a little bit. Something the musical. Beck Theater. Into the Woods. Okay, yeah, I've seen Into the Woods. In Oneonta, actually. I think I've seen Into the Woods. I know they performed it. I can't remember. It's too long ago. Martin Beck Theater. Broadway. Cool. 42-foot legs. Thanks. All right. Sunset and palm trees. Guess where? Hawaii. 1993. Got some mermaids. Avert your eyes. Got some. Well, he is not. He's doing the opposite of eye aversion. This is not a kid show, obviously. Oops. All right, but that's cool. Mermaids sell well. Nude mermaids probably better. Just be careful if you're listing nude postcards on eBay that you do follow the rules correctly. You list it as a non-topographical, and under subject you collect nude. It does make it so people need to click on the listing to actually see the image. It's just a little way of trying to prevent dem kids from seeing the stuffs. All right, we got some art here. Looks Asian inspired anyways. Yeah. 4 magpies resting on a plum tree. China. Cool. It's pretty. Pretty. We go from pretty to this. Weird ass cat. I may already have this in my collection. I don't recall. I'm not inclined to keep this one either way. If it's in the collection already, great. If not, also great. Pussycat, photographed by Alfred, that name. Another American postcard. I think, is it Penguin Boss? I think Penguin Boss may have one of these available on Whatnot and or buy it now. So, get hers, get mine. Get both. Peep Show, Kitty. Got a quarter slot. So, a lot to unpack there. It's by Carl. Carl, what's going on in your head, Carl? I don't know. Pretty Woman, another Asian scene here. Not sure where. Pink Flowers. Last Rose of Summer. We had one of those already. Got some cake. You like cake? I like cake. I don't think I want that cake, though. Oil on Campus. 1982 Crocker Art Museum. Boston Cream. Got a Wazo. Big old bird. Robin of some sort. Is it a... Pretty sure it's a robin. More birds. Same artist, same studio. Set the stage. I guess we're putting on some perfume or something smelly. Smells like roses, I presume. I don't know. Some sort of advertising card, but not really advertising much. Let's see. York, PA Postcard Expo 2016. So just an advertising for a postcard show. Always list those. York, yeah, that's the same one. Let's see. Wyndham Garden, York. Yeah, it's a Mary Martin postcard. Okay. I buy postcard and Prosecco. That's part of the Mary Martin crew. I buy from them on Whatnot. I haven't actually bought from Mary Martin's website, though. But they just had a big auction last weekend, I think. Am I out of order? Yeah, I'm just skipping ahead. Cirque du Soleil. Got some corner creasing up there, but otherwise a nice little piece there. Advertising. Looks like maybe we're in Canada. Not sure. Battery Park City. There we go. So, cool. Circus does well. Combustible Edison. Schizophonic, I guess. Music art advertising, I presume. Progressive sounds of Combustible Edison. Sure. Shift gears. You got some fish, an Adirondack chair, and a dog with a newspaper. Shift gears. Sure. Moose. Nice silhouetted moose. Audubon Society. A lot of these last few ones have been a very thin paper stock. A lot of them probably are freebies out of magazines, things like that. Some sort of sea creature. Jellyfish, perhaps. Something in that family. Deckled edge, but definitely looks squishy. Man of war. Okay. Yeah, man of war jellyfish. Padre Island of the Gulf Coast. A little discoloration on the top there, but only on the back, it looks like. Some more flowers in a vase. Nice little artsy poem scene. I'm assuming this is probably Latin, maybe. I know we've had Latin ones in the past. But nice little artsy-fartsy stuff going on there. Got those little whippets, little miniature greyhound type things. I don't know. We got some horsies. He's got a crucifix horn thing. A crucifix, unicrix. I don't know. I need to be done. I'm tired. All right. Traveler's Prayer. Self-explanatory. Whoop. Went the wrong way. There we go. Oh no. I need to scan the front of this. What am I doing? Well, this is supposed to be a leather postcard. You can maybe sort of see the front there. It's a man watching women do chores. Shocker. And it says, everybody works but father. True, since it looks like a cat chasing a mouse, because even the cat's working. I'll have to... Oh, there it is. Just went out of order. So there's that one. You got your kitty cat there chasing the mouse. I know, Garak, I'm almost done. Women doing work, dad doing nothing. And then the last card probably will not be for sale. This will probably be going to my dad. I'll probably give it to him at Christmas because he likes a lot of the Native American art cards. And this one is a copper tone. It's a copper sheeted, copper, which is why it kind of looks funky here, but it's a Kachina. So this one's probably actually worth a couple bucks. I don't know. I've not looked it up yet. But Eagle Kachina, copper card. And that's the back of that one. Pause and read. If you have made it this far, thank you so much. I do like this way of filming. I like that we can see the cards better. I can talk about them better. But it does take a lot longer. But I hope I hope it's worth it. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think about this haul, about album 20 in the comments below, and we will catch you on the next video. What do you think, Kits? You done? Yeah, Garak says we're done.